Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
We're at the fifth third Riverbank Run in Grand Rapids, Michigan with Brian Sell, the Olympian Brian Sell. How does it feel when you hear that?
It feels really good. I'm glad it happened. Things would be a little different. I probably wouldn't be as happy today with talking to you if I was an Olympian. So.
One of the things I know you were doing earlier today was visiting a school. Is this maybe the first of several visits to schools? Tell us a little bit about what it was like talking to those kids.
It's actually kind of tough. I mean, I talked to a couple of a room full of executives for TI Automotive the other day over in Utica area, and I think I was more nervous for talking to these little kids today. Because you don't want to. They're moldable young minds. You don't want to steer them the wrong way, so you kind of got to watch what you say. But it was nice.
Well, Brian, you're a great role model for all those kids, so I don't think there are that many worries. But let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to New York, and let's go back to the race that you ran in New York. Can you take us through the race?
Well, yeah, I mean, we started there in Rockefeller Center, and we wanted to run about 5 flats. I wanted to run 5 flats the whole way through. The first 2 were like 5:30s, so we were pretty far behind. And so I had Kyle O'Brien from the team there helping me out a little, and we got her down to right around 5 flats. I just continued on that pace, and it looked like the front group started running 4:40s, and I wanted no part of that, so I had to let them go. I didn't have much of a choice, and luckily I just stuck to my 5 flats and ended up reeling them all in except for Dathan and Ryan, so it worked out in the end, which was great.
Well, it was really fun seeing you cross the finish line and on the team, and we knew it a couple miles out. What were your thoughts those last couple miles?
I just wanted to get to that finish line. I didn't want to take anything for granted. The guy was telling me that Khalid was like 40 seconds back or something. I didn't care. I was just all out trying to secure that spot. You don't want to assume you're going to be on the team and then have it stolen from you in the last second. So,
well, let's segue a little bit to the fifth third Riverbank Run. You are the defending 25K champion here, and you're going after that title again tomorrow. How does this race fit into your plans, and what are your goals for tomorrow?
My goal, I'd be very happy to run what I did last year, or even in 2005 I ran it. I won the U.S. Championship then too. I'd be happy with anywhere between a 1:14:40 and a 1:15:20 or so, just to kind of show me that I'm not any worse off than I was 6 months ago. So just to kind of show that training's coming along, and it fits in really well just because it's time for a little bit of downtime right before we go back into training for the games. So it's a good kind of end point for that, and I'll be taking some time off next week.
So Brian, has your training changed for Beijing, or is it any different than it was before leading up to the Trials Marathon?
Before the trials, we tried to hit hills more because the trials course was kind of a rolling course. We'll probably stick with more flat stuff and focus on just dead even splits, trying to get those splits perfect on a flat surface for that. And then we'll go down to Florida a little bit and get some heat acclimation too for Beijing. So that'll be the 2 major changes.
So heat, but not necessarily any altitude?
No altitude, no. But it's going to be at sea level in Beijing, so just stick with what works.
Well, it's worked so far, and you've handled a lot of pressure to get here. What are some of the things you're doing to handle the mental aspect of getting ready?
I'm just I don't know, just pinching myself and making sure it's still real, and just treating it like any other race. I mean, you hear a lot of horror stories about people that go and train way harder than they ever did before, and they get injured halfway through, and I don't want that to happen. So it's just pretty much going to be business as usual and treat it as a big marathon like any other marathon.
Well, you have a big group here in Grand Rapids cheering you on from home in Pennsylvania. Your folks are here, your neighbors are here, and they're all going to Beijing. Will your daughter Lily and your wife Sarah be able to go?
Sarah's going to go. We're going to leave Lily here. She's going to stay with my in-laws, my wife's parents, and because it's just a 13-hour flight over there, I think that's a little much for a kid. She won't remember it anyhow. So
she won't remember it. She can watch it on TV.
Yeah. Someday she can watch it. Yeah.
Well, Brian, a lot of people are cheering for you. Good luck in Beijing, and good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.